Hey everybody, it's me James, and today I'm going to be shaving, and I'm just trying to adjust the camera a little bit here, so please bear with me. Trying to keep it from being so awkward and just be a little bit more stable. I know it's a little bit off from the norm right now, so I'm trying to figure it out. All right, well, I guess I'll go with it for tonight. So today is Memorial Day 2018 here in the United States, which is to honor those that paid the ultimate sacrifice um, in their lives uh, serving the United States of America. So peace to everybody that has a loved one, family member that has paid that price, and salute. This day is to honor them. Uh, so for tonight, the soap is going to be Serenity from Soap Commander, which is crackling birch in scent description. Um, this and Respect are my two favorite scents from them. Just love it, and I'm glad that it is at this time a seasonal. So I'm glad I got the first batch of this, and it will be there for others to try later. I have it pressed down right now in my Father's Day gift cup. Whoop. Let some of the bloom water out there a little bit. That's all right, which was given to me by my son last year. Um, the razor for tonight's shave is a Army and Navy blade, and how appropriate that I can have one to shave with on this day. The brush is a brush soap and blade podcast brush made by Nathan Clark, who is a brush handle maker here in the United States, and it's just a beautiful brush. I call it my X-Men brush. Wonderful, wonderful resin and wood make on this, and a hybrid knot. Morphan, which I love. So there we go. After the shave, some lemon Thayers, and follow it up with some Sterling Soap Company Piacenza. So yeah, I'll do that. Um, so now I apologize for that. I don't know why my phone is doing that. I figured it out, but anyway. So some of the bloom waters in here, and just gonna go ahead and load this brush up. And me and my bride went and saw Solo yesterday, and I thought it was pretty good. Some nuances in the film that kind of put me off storyline wise with the rest of the uh, franchise. But other than that, I love the movie as far as just the story. If you could just take the story and not remember anything else about Star Wars and go from there, uh, and allow what they do put in it and go from there. Very enjoyable movie. But yes, critically, there are some points in it that were disappointing to me. But not because the movie was bad, it's like, okay, how are you going to make this work with everything else type of thing. But it was a good movie. All right. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, brush should be loaded fine right there. So I'm going to set this down. Wet my cheeks real quick. Be right back. All right. Now grab this proto leather. Which is excellent. And go ahead and apply it. Work it in. Just like if it was your pre-lather of something else. Work it in. kind of behaves the same way. If you have a good soap, it'll behave the same way as a pre-lather in a lot of ways. It just gets the skin prepared, the hair is prepared, and in this case, enough base down to where when you start lathering, you'll be all right. So here we go. Now for the lather. So my son is going to take his air guard ASVAB test because he's going to get into the air guard. And he does that tomorrow morning. So I'm just praying for him that everything goes well. And if you're inclined to do that, I pray, or I would ask that you do the same, please. So he's going down to the local MEPS here in Memphis, military entry point of station or something like that. It's been a long time, can't remember exactly what the acronym is for, but something like that. All right. Dip my tips a little bit. I want to just get a little bit more moisture in here. There we go. Oh yeah, coming around nicely. Never take your lathering part lightly. Get it to a point to where it's not sticking to your skin because you don't want your blade to stick to your skin. And hydrate it enough that it won't die out on you. And if you need to, when you're starting out with any type of razor, try it on one side first, shave that side, then go to the other side, lather up, shave that side, if that helps you keep you from drying out your lather throughout your shave. With anything, as you become more familiar with what you're using tool-wise, it'll help you in the long run to understand just how fast you can go towards the shaving portion, but you don't want dry lather. Got my ears lowered this weekend, so I got me a 1.5 fade and keeping the top longer, which is what I wanted. My stylist did well. There we go. Look at that. So I got some tissue here because I have several days growth, like 5 days or so on here. So put it on the tissue, then I just put it in the trash can. All right, this side. Going well. What else is going on? Well, my daughter's in Chile, so she's down there for her United States Air Force Academy student training, and it's kind of like Spanish immersion. So she's down there doing Spanish studies, which is awesome. um, they don't celebrate Memorial Day, so she actually had to go to school today. Hey, what's up, Clayton? How you doing, man? How's Laura and the family doing? Mrs. Wright. There we go. Very good. Again to the tissue. Now just clean up a little bit more around the sides. Like that. Wipe on the tissue. Oh, cool. For anyone that doesn't know the Wright family, at least Clayton and his bride, Laura, they jump on, usually together to watch, which is really appreciated. Thank you, guys. When they have the time. So there we go there. And there's what the tissue looks like when I've taken most of this off so far. Lather's doing great. I'm gonna fold it up a little bit, set it back down. Just want to get a little bit clearer down here. I'm using an Army Navy straight made years ago. It's one side. On this side. There. There we go. And now this is where I do a straight scoop. Clayton, man, I was looking back through my videos, and I think it was the last one you were asking like things like recommendations for a beginning straight. Hey, what's up, Laura? And I apologize for getting to that later. Sometimes I go through my older videos, or videos that I've done, just so that I can catch those comments, and I never replied. So I just wanted to apologize. But beginner straights, I think that was the question, correct? I'm gonna set this down real quick and rinse my face off in my hand. Oh, this stuff smells great. I love Serenity. Go through here real quick. Yes, sir. Okay. Beginner straights. Well, man, it's really hard. If you can trust a source that gives you some type of vintage that's ready to shave, like really ready to shave, then go for a vintage. If you can't get one, find someone so that you can at least experience it that has gold dollars and they're already prepared. Um, like they've already been modified as far as the details that help them hone better, things like that. And as far as trying out a straight, they're very cost conservative and you won't have any issues. I will say that Whip Dog has probably the best vintage to try out selection without spending an arm and a leg, unless you're just fortunate enough to run across someone through, you know, some type of buy-sell trade that has some that they just want others to experience it to get into it, right? So there's a couple different avenues that you could go. For me, I knew I was all in as far as wanting straights in my rotation, not primarily, but in my rotation, because I still use safety razors, single edges and double edges, but I knew I wanted straights. And so there's nothing wrong with going for a Dovo or a Boker. As a brand new blade, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. A Ralph Ost is a really good blade if you know you're going to go all in. Yes, Whip Dog. And for the doggy lovers out there, it has nothing to do with whipping a dog at all. More of the temperament of the dog's been busy all day doing whatever it's doing. So it's like, whew, man, I'm whipped, you know, tired, that type. That's what Whip Dog means. And Larry even has it on his site if you read through his site. So it has nothing to do with whipping dogs, which I would not support because I love dogs. All right. Four Roses Salute, which is an American-made bourbon. American. There we go. All right. So now again, Army Navy blade, pass two. I prefer a mild edge. I want the edge to cut my hair. If you mean mild in the sense of not tearing my skin up because it's so sharp, yes, I prefer a mild edge, if that's what you mean. Smooth is how I would classify that, smooth. So what you call mild, I call smooth. I still wanted to cut my hair, so it has to be sharp enough to do that. But I don't want it to jeopardize smooth for sharpness. There's a balance. Which is why a lot of people get great shaves off of cauticles. Because cauticles just approach the blade in a different way. It's garnet. And so the garnet, watching where your hand is at, Um, to me, produces a smoother top edge. Now, where you have to be careful is that the sensation of tugging can't throw you off. So that garnet edge from a caudicle, a nice one, can give a sensation of tugging, but it can also produce a very nice, comfortable skin feeling. So even though you feel that tugging, it's still getting through your hair. If someone that has mastered the rock that they have, the particular caudicle that they have, can give great shaves. Comfortable. And again, with me, I don't chase BBS shaves anyway. So that's not even part of my vocabulary, BBS. If it happens, it happens, but I don't chase them at all. Otherwise, I'll get skin bumps. I can get a BBS shave, but then I'll pay for it later. And it has nothing to do with razor. It has nothing to do with technique at that point. Not everybody's skin is made to be that freaking close of a shave. Even on razors that have been a little bit smoother and I've accomplished a BBS shave, I still get some bumps. Yes, lingo, mild edge is for the wrong term for like a straight. You want a smooth edge. Tell them what your skin type is like. What part of your face reacts differently? If they have enough experience, hopefully they'll be able to tell you, you know, like, oh, okay, yeah, I got this. I know I can put an edge on a straight to shave a gnat's butt, but that's not what everybody wants. It's not what I want. I mean, closeness wise, that would be fine, but I know if it's that keen, it's probably going to be a little bit rougher for me, skin wise. Doesn't mean it absolutely will be, but probably. All right. When I do little small things, I just put it on my hand when I'm cleaning the blade edge. Back from the other side. And this booger is sharp, but smooth, which is what I want. All right, that looks really good. I like the way it feels. I know I'm gonna go in the office looking sharp and not looking beat up with a bunch of bumps all over my face. So that's where I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna rinse and I'll be right back. about that. Cold water here real quick. Getting it running. Summertime. You guys are so funny. A beginner straight edge. I said wedge, but taking it you meant edge. Anywhere between, now we're talking brand new, anywhere between 100 to 150 at the most, I would say. Sorry, for me the cold water is important. That's what kind of closes the pores a little bit, especially since I'm going to grab the alum here shortly. Going with the Thai stick tonight. Here we go. Oh yeah. Very good shave. Efficient, close, very little steam. Look at that. Yes, elbow pit time is coming. It will be here, Jarrell. All right. Dry it off. You gotta dry it off. You don't want to just have that stick sitting in there melting away. There we go. All right, now. Ooh, yeah. See, look at that. Man. Oh, yeah. Got all that I can pull back. All right. Well, that's resting in my skin. Let's go to the soap again. Serenity from Soap Commander. Great scent. As of right now, it's part of their seasonal scent, so in the fall it will be back again. Love this scent. Brush Soap and Blade podcast brush, not handle provided by Nathan Clark of NB Shave. I call it my X-Men brush. Beautiful, beautiful brush. The blade, my Army Navy blade. Why? Because it's Veterans Day. And just dab some of this off here from the alum. Been sitting there a little bit already. Thank you guys. I don't know if Rick DeWeese still does his podcast or not. I haven't seen it pop up on YouTube lately, because he was at one time adding him to his YouTube channel versus just only finding it at his podcast address. But Rick is a super cool dude. Hope he's keeping it going. But honestly, because I haven't seen it on YouTube, I haven't listened in a while. That doesn't mean it's not there. I just haven't seen it come up in my list of, hey, so-and-so's did this, so-and-so's did this, so-and-so's did this, you know, like subscription type stuff. So I haven't seen Brush Soap and Blade podcast in a while. And to that, which is why I'm really glad, because he did such a great thing that I have this brush, you know. Just a super nice Rick. And for Nathan to do that for the podcast was awesome. So, oh, yeah. Salute, 4 Roses. Can't remember if Rick was a service member or not, or even Nathan Clark, the person that made the brush. But obviously the soap, Darren was a, yes, it is kick arse, the brush. Darren was a Navy vet, or is a Navy vet. And Rod, who's coming up here a little bit after this, I'm pretty sure is an Army veteran, which kind of plays into the whole Army-Navy that I have going on. Oh yeah, good to go. Teta slap for Jaime. Oh yeah, I just used it there. There's lemon. You just missed it. You must have turned your head, Clayton. Oh yeah. Let that go a little bit. Got something else here that I can use. Then I'm going to set to the side, which is some tissue. And I'm going to do Steve Walker style. There we go. Well, hey, buddy. Happy Memorial Day. Hey, everybody. It's me, Steve Walker, the Rocket City Shaver. Happy Memorial Day in the sense of thank you for your service. Bye. Well, thank you, Steve. That was very kind of you. Steve Walker, everybody. All right. Oh, so now for the aftershave. Sterling soap. Come on, camera. Let's get it in there. There we are. Sterling soap Piacenza. Oh yeah. Ooh. There's a little bit of alcohol in this one, so even this goes a little bit deeper than the. Oh yeah, put it in the hair. Douglas hates it, and I don't care. Ooh, gonna smell good all over. Smell. Look at that. If I was in the punk, I could just do that straight up like that. But this is going back. Steve is awesome. All right. Oh, don't waste it. There we go. Again, that was Piacenza from Sterling Soap Company. So yeah, so you had Soap Commander with the soap, Navy, Sterling Soap Company, Splash, Army. The blade was Army Navy blade. Brush, made in America. And that's everything, man. So again, peace to everybody with any fallen loved ones, family that have served, and thank you for their service. Oh yeah, and the roses. Salute. God bless you all. Until the next time I talk to you, if you haven't known yet, keep Christ first. God bless you. Peace. Bye-bye.